Right now, live at 5, today history was made on Capitol Hill as Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson is confirmed to the U.S. Supreme Court. Plus,
extreme weather events aren't uncommon in the Northland, how state officials are trying to combat this ongoing issue.
And the Tower Sudan community is remembering a newspaper editor who kept people informed for nearly 3/4 of a century.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Kristen Baki. Briggs is off tonight. An historic day on Capitol Hill today when the Senate voted to confirm Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson to the U.S. Supreme Court. The vote was bipartisan, with 3 Republicans voting yes with the Democrats. Natalie Brand has more from Capitol Hill.
This nomination is confirmed.
With a historic vice president presiding, the Senate made it official. 51-year-old federal appeals court judge Ketanji Brown Jackson will now become the first black woman to serve on the U.S. Supreme Court.
We have just made a decision to put this extraordinary jurist on the highest court of our land. It's a good statement about who we are.
Some Senate Republicans continued to voice opposition to her confirmation right up to the time of the historic vote.
I believe she will prove to be the furthest left of any justice to have ever served on the Supreme Court.
But in the end, 3 Republicans, Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, and Mitt Romney, sided with all 50 Democrats in a show of bipartisan support. Thursday's vote comes after Judge Jackson faced nearly 23 hours of questioning and had nearly 100 face-to-face meetings with lawmakers. It also fulfills one of President Biden's key campaign promises to put a black woman on the U.S. Supreme Court.
I'm the father of a young black girl. I know how much it means for Judge Jackson to have navigated the double jeopardy of racism and sexism to now stand in the glory of this moment.
The Harvard Law graduate and previous federal district court judge will also become the first former public defender to serve on the high court. Judge Jackson will replace Associate Justice Stephen Breyer, her former boss when she was a law clerk in his chambers. Justice Breyer retires at the end of the Supreme Court's current term. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The Congressional Black Caucus released a statement praising Judge Jackson's confirmation, saying, quote, "We know that when America's boardrooms, legislatures, and even the Supreme Court start to resemble America, we all benefit," end quote. Dave joins us now for a first check of the weather. Dave, I've been seeing pictures coming in from all across our coverage area, and boy, this storm has been something.
Yeah, it's been bringing a fair amount of snow, and we're still looking at a few more hours of snow. It could wrap up in just a couple hours here in Minnesota, but now, as I've been hinting at, our friends in the UP were finally issued an advisory. So, Minnesotans, winter weather advisory stays in effect for you, us, however you want to put it, till 7 o'clock tonight. The South Shore, winter storm warning all the way through 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. By the time things are said and done in the snow belt, yeah, it could be 10 inches plus of snow there. And again, now the UP has got a winter weather advisory there until Friday afternoon at 1 p.m. Here's the latest Doppler, and our slow-moving low-pressure system that just won't get out of its own way is still delivering its cool backside to our region, so that's why we're getting snow across the board from inland parts of Minnesota through the head of the lakes and in towards the UP. Let's get a look at the road conditions. Because of the return of snow, things are less than perfect in parts of northern Minnesota. Highway 1 from Silver Bay to Ely, and then 1 and 169 over towards Virginia. Scattered slippery spots, 65 as well. And much of northern Wisconsin and the UP and the snow belt, slippery spots to watch out for. Travel cautiously. Hopefully things start to improve tomorrow afternoon, and Saturday still looks to be very nice. We'll talk about that in a bit.
All right, thanks, Dave. The Northland is no stranger when it comes to extreme weather events like the historic flooding in 2012 and last year's Greenwood fire. But legislators fear these events could become more frequent unless action is taken. CBS 3's meteorologist Bo Fogel tells us how lawmakers plan to combat future disasters.
The Lake Walk has seen its fair share of extreme weather events like the one in 2012, where they saw extreme flooding and hundreds were forced to evacuate. Now, action has been taken, like these boulders right here, to combat the extreme weather events, but state officials say it's not enough.
Earlier this morning, state and local legislators met to discuss a climate bill and what is now known as the Federal Climate Package. This package would invest $550 billion in climate investments in order to eliminate carbon pollution by half by 2030. It's believed carbon pollution is increasing in extreme weather events across the world. Minnesota State Senator Jennifer McEwen says this package is a huge advantage for not only cleaner air, but a more sustainable economy in the Northland.
With these investments, if we can see these passed through the Senate and signed into law, we will see manufacturing jobs come back to the United States. This means jobs for real people.
In November of 2021, the House of Representatives passed the bill, but it still needs to go through the Senate. Estimates suggest if this bill was passed, it would create more than 150,000 jobs for both Wisconsin and Minnesota.
Now, earlier I did talk to a Wisconsin health official, and he says this crisis goes well beyond extreme weather events and jobs. This crisis also involves your everyday health. Tonight at 6, I discuss what health officials are concerned about.
Thank you, Bo. Several other historic weather events between 2017 and 2019 also caused significant damage to the Lake Walk, which has since been reinforced to better survive those type of weather disasters. We're hearing from a Minnesota U.S. Senator who secured new funding for tribal nations in the state, including the Fond du Lac Band. Yesterday, Senators Amy Klobuchar and Tina Smith announced more than $4 million in funding, a large amount of which will be going to the Fond du Lac Band. They will be receiving almost $2.7 million to construct a new law enforcement and emergency management building. The funding will help expand office space, storage, and garage space, and add conference spaces. Senator Tina Smith told us why this funding is so important to her.
As the only Minnesota senator who serves on the Indian Affairs Committee, I feel a real sense of responsibility and obligation to do everything I can to support these tribal nations.
The Mille Lacs Band and Grand Portage Band will also be receiving funding. Fond du Lac Tribal Chairman Kevin Dupuis addressed the funding. He said the band is pleased with it. He also said the protection and safety of the band and surrounding communities is important, and they are thankful this initiative is moving forward. Tonight, we're hearing from Ashland's brand new mayor-elect following Tuesday's spring election. Matthew McKenzie has lived in Ashland for almost 30 years. He served on city council and county board. He hopes to tackle pandemic side effects, the opioid crisis, safe housing, infrastructure upgrades, and more.
You know, I've heard a lot of nice comments from people, and I heard some negative comments, and we'll work on addressing all of them. It's a nonpartisan position, and you know, I'm going to try as hard as I may to be non-judgmental and be open and transparent for all. And
McKenzie will be sworn into office on April 19th. Still to come on Live at 5, several bike trail systems across the range have come together to create one new website. Details in today's City by City next.
Hold on to your napkins, cheeseburger fans. DQ is taking taste buds for an all-out flavor ride with the new signature stack burger menu featuring 5 mouth-wowing cheeseburgers with 100% real seasoned beef. Like the loaded A1 stack burger with 2 amazing premium sauces. And the spicy flamethrower stack burger with, oh, hello, jalapeno bacon. So tell your taste buds to buckle up and try the new DQ signature stack burger menu today. Get it delivered at DQ.com. DQ. Happy tastes good.
April 9th and 10th, we're celebrating 100 years of the Odd Shrine Circus. 3 shows with a new lineup of circus thrills featuring motorcycles, trapeze, high wires, and poles. Special guest Chewbacca wouldn't miss it, and neither should you. Save $5 per ticket and buy a discounted ticket in advance at participating Super One food stores or at the gate on the day of the show. The Odd Shrine Circus. 3 shows on April 9th and 10th. Don't miss it.
I just Googled the Vision Jet, and I was here long enough that really any jet that's in the Google search, I was part of. When when I first came here, it was pretty nervous. I was a new guy on the floor, so I didn't want to make a mistake, especially when it comes to an aircraft. I just started digging deeper and deeper into the job, and I have a lot of opportunities in QA. And then I became a composite technician. We have a role for anybody, really. The possibilities are endless here.
I had a job handing out mints while dressed as an elf.
How tall are you?
Currently 6 foot.
Caution, this show contains false information.
I think it's a lie.
I think it's true.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I touched a penguin.
What do you mean you touched a penguin?
I don't know what else to say, my friend.
Would I Lie to You? New CW series premieres Saturday, 8:30, 7:30 Central, only on the CW.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here is a live look from Bayfield, Wisconsin tonight. You can see the snow is still falling across the harbor as the South Shore has seen several inches during this latest system. Dave will be in with more on when this storm will wrap up. But first, let's take a look around the region. A day to clean up the city of Duluth and helping spread positivity and love in Moose Lake. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We start on the Iron Range tonight, where several biking destinations have come together to form a new collaborative website. Giants Ridge in Biwabik, Cuyuna in Crosby, Redhead in Chisholm, and Tioga in Cohasset are all featured as part of the Ride the Range website. The site features trail maps, lodging options, and dining availability. The project was made possible through funding from the IRRR, Iron Range Tourism Bureau, and the communities. Next, we head to Duluth, where a local group is planning a community cleanup later this month. On Saturday, April 23rd, Keep Duluth Clean is hosting its annual spring cleanup. They encourage all Duluth residents to just step outside their homes into their neighborhoods and pick up trash for 15 to 30 minutes. The goal is to take care of every backyard and, in turn, make Duluth a cleaner place. Those planning to take part can sign up ahead of time so they can track how many participants the event gains. And we wrap up in Moose Lake tonight, where the community is asking for help to keep an important program going. Last year, elementary school teacher Brad Hubred launched Moose Lake as the second blue ribbon city in the world. But now he's running out of ribbons. The Moose Lake Chamber of Commerce currently has a donation page set up to continue the project and purchase enough ribbons to supply all downtown businesses. The Blue Ribbon Project focuses on telling people how you truly feel about them to help eradicate bullying and create a support system. The last day to donate will be Friday, April 22nd. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, as Old Man Winter hangs around, Duluth is extending some seasonal road closures. What drivers need to know in a few minutes.
Well, yesterday the Duluth area got about 4 to 6 inches of snow, and now since midnight, another inch has fallen. 6.5-inch surplus for snow for the Twin Ports. Of course, it's folks towards Ashland and the snow belt that are expected to get the most snow tonight. About 7 inches has already fallen for some towns there. I'll talk about how much more could keep on coming through tomorrow, coming up after our break.
Stay connected to Live Local CBS 3. Check out our exclusive content on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as our mobile app, and join the conversation on today's big stories.
With Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Don't worry, help is on the way.
With any of Life Alert's 3 emergency systems, help can be summoned immediately, and batteries never need charging.
I was having a stroke, and I was scared to death.
If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
Life Alert is a lifesaver.
My husband is alive because of Life Alert.
Life Alert is the lifesaver to keep me out of assisted living.
Life Alert saves a life every 11 minutes.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-344-6363. That's 1-800-344-6363. Call now. 1-800-344-6363.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission products. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our clients' best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we do better when our clients do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northlands still to this day. Join me, Kristen Bakke, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining.
Brought to you by Range Regional Airport. Watch Eye on Mining with Kristen Bakke every Tuesday at 10. Only on live local CBS 3. Get your news on the go. The CBS 3 mobile app. CBS 3 Weather is brought to you by Heritage Window and Door. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
All right, let's eye up the snow totals that have now come down since midnight, and we're actually system-wide totals here. So we have some Minnesota and some now coming in from Wisconsin. Ashland is at 7, could get another 4 or so, so over 10 inches by tomorrow morning. Gary, New Duluth 6.5, Mattawa 5.7, Nabokogin 4.1, Ulu or Olu, depending on your pronunciation preferences, 4 inches there. Hawthorne 3.4, Amdacon Falls 3 inches, and Superior closer to the lake, not sticking as well, 2.5. But again, folks in Wisconsin and the UP have at least till tomorrow morning, if not tomorrow afternoon, to get more snow. Though Minnesotans may start to see things end around 7 o'clock tonight. Right now, here's what's happening at the airport in Duluth. The current temp is 29. We do have light snow falling here on this side of the Twin Ports. North wind is going 14 miles per hour. Could gust towards 30 miles per hour through tomorrow, so it's going to be windy once this storm system starts to ease away. Relative humidity is 78%, and into the temperatures here, very static, just like the past few days. The uniform cloud cover from this big ponderous low pressure system has equalized the temperatures, and we have 28 in Ely to 30 in Eveleth, 28 in Cloquet to 31 in Grand Rapids. We're running that range. In northern Wisconsin, 30 to 32 degrees, a very narrow range with Superior being the hot spot. Hayward's in between, the rest of the region around 30, and then 28 to 33 for the Upper Peninsula, a fairly wide range there, beaten only by up the Gunflint Trail to Grand Marais, 27 to 33. Temperature normal is 45. We may get there on Saturday, but until then, we're going to have to wait to shake off this slow-moving, occluded low-pressure system that has packed some rain and has packed some snow and packed some mix. And now that it's wrapped around itself and shoved all the warmer air aloft and pulling in cooler air from the outside, we've converted over towards snow. Lighter snows, but persistent snows, and they're probably going to stick around. Right now, we're eyeing up most of the snow, focusing on the head of the lakes, but the South Shore indeed is getting a fair amount as well. And in the UP, there's enough there now through tomorrow afternoon where you finally have an advisory issued for you, a winter weather advisory, and the advice is, of course, to take it easy on the roads. They could get slippery. How much more snow coming across then? Well, for Minnesotans through early tomorrow morning, a trace to another inch is possible. Into the South Shore, anywhere from about 2 to even 5, 6 more inches possible there. And then finally by the weekend, we start to clear up and warm up, at least for the short term. Our low pressure system leaves. Higher pressure advances in to bring us a nice sunny day on Saturday. But already on Sunday, a new low to the west could start to cloud things up and make for another round of mixes beginning next Monday. We may not be done with this yet. Tonight, we're getting low temps in Minnesota to go from 19 around Ely to 18 International Falls to 29 by the lake. For Wisconsin, Michigan, mid to upper 20s for lows there, and we all have a chance for more rain-snow mixes. Tomorrow, the rain-snow mixes may last for Wisconsin and the UP through early afternoon. Highs in the 30s. Minnesota should end by about 7 o'clock in the morning, but still highs in the 30s with a mostly cloudy sky. The day of change is Saturday, mostly sunny and 45, normal. Sunday, though, the clouds start to advance, but it's still 45. Then, Kristen, Monday, we cloud up again. That new low gets to us. We're still mild, so we start with rain and rain showers through Tuesday, but with temperatures tumbling on the next low pressure system next Wednesday and Thursday, we could be back into the mix.
Not looking forward to that.
Every week. Every week we have to do this.
Every week we need to break the trend.
I know, break that cycle. Bring some spring.
Agreed. Thanks, Dave. Duluth drivers will have to wait longer than expected to access portions of Skyline Parkway. Thanks to all the rain and snow we've seen recently, the city decided to keep 4 sections of the road closed until the end of May. 3 road segments are located at the east end of Skyline Parkway, from the Lakeview Chalet on 7 Bridges Road to the Hawk Ridge Overlook. In addition, the parkway south of 100th Avenue west to the city limit will also stay closed. The city closes these sections each year in the fall and reopens them in the spring. New funding will allow schools across Minnesota to serve healthier meals. The Minnesota Department of Agriculture awarded 46 districts $740,000 to help purchase Minnesota-grown and raised foods for school meal programs. Mesabi East Mesabi East on the Iron Range and the Fond du Lac Reservation will get some of that money. The spread of bird flu is now being fought in St. Paul. The Minnesota House today voted to provide $1 million for testing supplies and disease surveillance. The deadly disease was first detected in Minnesota on March 25th. It's since been found in 21 flocks in more than a dozen counties, impacting more than 1 million birds. Experts say the virus poses little to no risk to humans. It's that time of the show where we get to talk about adoptable pets, and today's pet comes to us from Range Regional Animal Rescue in Hibbing. Meet Max. He's a 1.5-year-old German Shepherd looking for his forever home. Our friends at the shelter tell us he takes a little bit to warm up to people, but once he does, he is a fun and loving guy. They added he never really warms up to pets, though, and will do best as the only guy in the home. If you'd like to set up an appointment to adopt Max, you can call the number on your screen. Still to come, we take a look back at the incredible legacy of Phyllis Burgess, the longtime editor of the Tower newspaper who dedicated decades to the news of her community.
Now is the time to turn your dream into a reality with design and buy projects at Menards. Breeze through your project planning with ease using interactive tools that factor in the details that matter, and get 11% off everything. If you're dreaming of a kitchen with an island for entertaining, a deck to grill up the perfect hot dog, or a post-frame building large enough to protect your prized possessions, what are you waiting for? Get a free estimate with instant pricing and buy your project today with Design and Buy at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Hi, I'm Steven, your Bauer and CCM skate and stick fit specialist here at Play It Again Sports. The Bauer Skate Lab creates a perfect 3D mold of every hockey player's foot. Stop in today to get your perfect fit.
Trade in! Trade up! And save!
Injured? Call Stockman Law Office. Serious injuries including wrongful death, recreational vehicles, boats, and dog bites. Call anytime, 218-576-8599. No recovery, no fee. Stockman Law Office. Serious injuries, serious law.
Do you listen to the TV on high volume or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from hearing aids. Don't waste thousands on expensive hearing aids when you can get Nano's revolutionary technology for just $297. Don't be fooled by higher-priced hearing aids. The CIC Recharge is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. With rechargeable technology many customers say is superior to more expensive models. Call now and get not 1, but 2 Nano hearing aids for just $297. Plus, we'll add a portable charging case and ship your order absolutely free. The CIC Recharge has a tiny in-the-ear canal design that is nearly invisible. Why keep missing out on important conversations or waste thousands of dollars? Call and get 2 CIC Recharge hearing aids for only $297 and free shipping.
800-758-1647. Again, that's 800-758-1647.
I hail from Canada, but I'm not a hockey player. I came here for soccer, but my journey at UWS has turned into much more than just an athletic endeavor. I have a lot to thank the professors for allowing me the opportunity to have confidence in myself, whether it's on the field or in the classroom or on the campus, and I think that I really flourished. For me, my experience at UWS has truly allowed me to connect with who I am. You know, for such a small campus, I think it offers such a big experience. The name Superior truly fits this institution.
The Lieutenant Governor visits Duluth today to talk about housing in the city of Duluth, how it went coming up.
Extreme weather events aren't uncommon in the Northlands. How state officials are trying to combat this ongoing issue.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northlands still to this day. From environmental issues to economics and so much more. Join me, Kristen Bakke, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining, a fair and unbiased report that answers the tough questions surrounding the world of mining.
Eye on Mining with Kristen Bakke. Tuesdays at 10 only on Live Local CBS 3. Brought to you by Range Regional Airport.
The folks of Tower Sedan laid one of their most legendary citizens to rest last weekend. Dave Anderson tells us about Phyllis Burgess, the small town's newspaper editor that kept people informed for nearly 3/4 of a century.
It's said that the Tower News is St. Louis County's oldest newspaper north of Duluth. It's been around for close to 122 years. For 73 of those years, it was run by Phyllis Burgess.
She's was a wonderful writer and organized and just knew everybody in town and knew their positive sides, and she focused on that.
Former Tower News writer Al Reller says that running the Tower News with her husband Jim since 1947 meant that Phyllis also was aware of less positive things, but those stayed out of the paper.
She said, if we could print this stuff, we'd be done by noon. But we couldn't. So she knew everybody's secrets.
Burgess could type 100 words a minute on a manual typewriter and go the same speed on the ancient linotype printing press the Tower News used to use. Phyllis's cousin Mary Beth tells us the paper was life to her.
Every birth, death, a bit of news she just loved and made sure it was in the paper. It was part of our town.
I tried for 20 years to do a feature story about Phyllis, but the shy news editor always said no. Last week, at the age of 96, about a year after retiring from the Tower News, Phyllis Burgess passed away and became the front page story of her own paper and the subject of this TV news story. The people of Tower Sedan will never forget her style.
She never slowed down. She never gave in to age or anything like that. And I don't remember her ever having a problem with memory loss or things like that. She always knew what to do, where to do it, and how to do it and get it done.
Getting the job done at the Tower News now is the new editor, Terry Carlson. He says he knows he has a lot of work to do to earn the same reputation Phyllis Burgess had.
And here's what we're working on tonight. An historic day here in Washington after Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson becomes the first black woman to be confirmed to the Supreme Court. Plus, we'll take a look at the impact COVID has had on our children's mental health and what one community is doing to save lives. And from a war zone to the classroom, one school's unique solution to the nationwide teacher shortage. That's all coming up here on the CBS Evening News.
CBS 3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
Now you can bring gorgeous, fresh, organic vegetables to your table in just 3 easy steps. Step 1, go to gardenmats.com. Step 2, use our garden planner to lay out your entire garden in order. Within days, garden mats are delivered from our factory right to your door. Step 3, lay the mats down according to your design and plant. After that, spend your summer trying to keep up with each other, not your weeds. Go to gardenmats.com today.
Here at Nicolay Law, we've been really fortunate to have people that have worked here for over a decade, to have people that are friends, to people that are family members, and that transfers over to a unique law firm, a law firm that wins for our clients because of that unique relationship, that connection, that dedication, that watching each other's back, and that everyone here wants to help each other, and more importantly, wants to help each other's clients.
Get local, award-winning injury lawyers. Get Nicolay.
Are you looking to be trained in a new career with plenty of room for advancement? Renewal by Anderson of the Lake Superior region is seeking skilled laborers, administrators, and detail-oriented individuals to expand their experience and window product knowledge. With paid training and a generous benefits package including health and dental insurance, retirement match, 529 plan support, PTO, HRA, IRA plans, and much more, this is a company you'll love working for. Come join our team, stacked with experts and supportive leadership while enjoying a fun and welcoming work environment. Visit RBALakeSuperiorCareers.com to apply today.
when it comes to sports. There's one guy who's dunking on the competition. For all your local sports, Duncan Goldberg. Evenings on Live Local CBS 3.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Thursday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up at 6. Tonight at 5, we heard from state and local lawmakers as they look to combat climate change and extreme weather events across the country. Minnesota State Senator Jennifer McEwen is pushing for the federal climate package that would invest $550 billion into climate initiatives, such as cutting carbon pollution in half by 2030. And tonight at 6, Minnesota Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan visited Duluth today, hoping to get a better idea of the housing needs the city has. Last month, Flanagan and Governor Walz announced a proposed budget that sets aside nearly $1 billion for housing in the state. Flanagan talked with city outreach organizations who focused on housing inequities in the city and the effect they have on minority communities. We'll hear from Flanagan and those local groups coming up tonight at 6. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next. We hope to see you back here at 6 o'clock.